when those government exchanges will start operating, will start enrolling people. And the game, the whole game, is how many young, healthy people they can get into the exchanges. The administration is single-mindedly focused on getting at least 7 million Americans into the exchanges before April 1. So it's a 6-month window they're trying to do. October 1 to April 1, get 7 million people in. Of those, they want about half, or a little less than half, 2.7 million, to be younger adults under 40 who are healthy. Because those people are needed to overpay, overpriced health insurance, to in effect subsidize the other people in the exchanges. If that can happen, then the math of it can work, the economics can work, and the thing can be self-sustaining, and a lot of those people will end up getting subsidies from the government to help pay for their health insurance. The goal is to get as many people hooked on those subsidies as possible before anyone could come along and try to fully reverse the thing. In other words, before the next election. So that's their game. And in doing this, the president is literally throwing pieces of Obamacare overboard that are getting in his way of that goal. He threw out the employer mandate so that employers can dump more of their employees into the exchanges without any legal penalty. That was illegal on the president's part. He simply did it. He threw out the income verification check in the exchanges. So you can lie about your income, get on the subsidies, and there will be no penalty for you. Again, more people in the exchanges. More recently, he's thrown out the limits, the protections on how much you pay out of pocket. And you say, why would he do that? Because that means that you could get insurance cheaper. The more you have to pay out of pocket for premiums, deductibles, and co-pays, the cheaper your premium can be, the upfront price. And that will attract more people in. And think, oh, well, that's cheap insurance. Well, it's cheaper because it covers less. So that's also illegal. He's just thrown that out as well. He's claiming these are temporary suspensions. My guess is they'll probably become permanent unless it suits his purposes to reverse. So all of this, again, is getting as many bodies into the exchange as possible, lock this thing down, make it as irreversible as possible. So what are we doing on our stuff? Two things. Actually, three. It's defund, delay, and defeat. That's the strategy. Defund, delay, defeat. Defund is use the power of the purse to stop this thing. Congress has the power of the purse under the Constitution. The House originates all money bills. The House is controlled by Republicans. Republicans kept their majorities thanks to redistricting and so on in the last election. So there's the tool right there. Just don't fund it. The appropriations bills fund about 1/3 of the government. 2/3 of the federal budget is autopilot spending. The money just goes right out of the Treasury by formula. But 1/3 is annually appropriated. So at the end of the fiscal year, that 1/3 of the government will tend to shut down unless Congress passes another appropriation. You can attach language to the next appropriation bill. And by the way, it ends September 30th. That's the end of the fiscal year. So October 1 is the new fiscal year. And you just attach language that says no more funding for Obamacare. First of all, it includes no funding for it, but you also have to add language saying, and these agencies, HHS, IRS, and so on and so forth, they may not continue to implement this law.